Hello, everybody. Welcome back to It's Reading Comics. This week's episode 88, crossover. As always, thank you for joining us. Tell your friends, your family, your coworkers, anybody interested in wanting to get into comics. Subscribe to us at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Listen to our podcast anywhere you listen to your podcast. And as always, let's get into it.
And welcome to the Best Damn Book Club on the internet. My name's Ron Talmadge. That's Davis Crocker. This is 2H Reading Comics, and today Donny Cates is back.
Damn right.
And we're reading his gigantic image book called Crossover.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry for that. Someone's dog is going crazy.
That'd be the damn basset hound. Loud son bitch.
Yeah, so if you hear... I don't think our mics will pick it up, but if you hear barking, it's Davis's dog.
Yeah.
But anyways, crossover. You were making a point. Did you forget it?
No. Didn't realize how many comic books Donny Cates
Was writing at the same time.
done, is
Yeah.
writing.
Yeah.
And you don't see that early, but he draws on that as the
He references
as the issues have been going.
Mm-hmm.
And the sword, I'm kind of intrigued to go find that one in called God's Country, I believe.
Oh, I've heard him talk about that one. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
That one's good. He did another one. I forgot what it's called, but it's awesome. I just want to talk about how silly are we that we ever thought DC and Marvel were going to let him use those characters in an image book.
Yeah, the whole time I'm sitting there like, oh, they're going to do it. Here it is. They're going to show it.
No, it's pretty much like he got the okay from everybody at Image. It was like, yeah, go ahead. But no, these are all, I mean, I guess some were like some old Dark Horse characters.
Yeah.
But no, it's mostly Image characters.
And a lot of canceled characters.
Yeah.
And no one wants these anymore. Now, in the prison, you do see the outline of Batman, Wonder Woman.
You'll see outlines
you see
of
Superman
different
flying
characters.
through the sky.
Yeah.
But you don't see their emblems, their quintessential. Like even the Captain America shield on the wall had a triangle instead of a star.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just I love how he pokes at it,
and then they'll do like
but will never jump the line.
They'll do like soft stuff like, oh, this giant comic book that everybody read where a squid attacked a city at the end. And it's like obviously referencing Watchmen.
Yeah.
But then you also never get a giant or a reference or a giant splash page of the squid.
Yeah.
It's just like you're looking over the squid's shoulder as it's fighting something else.
And then there's one where the squid's in the city and they're dropping bombs on it.
Yeah.
But it's like way up in the sky and there's this big giant dude fighting it too. And it's cool that they keep poking at it. And I love that he's poking at it. But at the same time, you know, like you said, there's no way DC and Marvel are going to allow Image to put their characters in their books.
Oh, yeah. As far as they're concerned, they're pretty much like, which I guess technically this reference doesn't work anymore, but for the longest time, WWE did not acknowledge, did not reference, and did not ever like interact with any other wrestling promotions. Now, recently, they let so many people go they didn't have enough women to be in their Women's Royal Rumble.
Holy shit.
And so they called back one, Mickie James, and she was like, they didn't even know she was like under contract anywhere else. And they're like, hey, can you come do the Rumble? And she's like, you know, I'm like the Impact Wrestling Knockouts champion, right? And they're like, yeah, we don't care. You can bring the belt if you want. And so she came and they referenced that. But
holy cow.
Before that, like almost never
referenced anything else.
Yeah.
Jeez. But this is cool. I love the whole idea of the alternate, kind of like an alternate universe. The comics are real.
Oh, yeah.
And they come to our Earth
and
kind of just have an eternal war against each other.
Well, yeah, I guess they talk about it like they got put, the twist where there's like, we put this dome up so y'all would stop bombing us.
Yeah, that was
and
cool.
then they've got that portal that like depending, like at random, we'll just drop another character, whether it be someone evil or a giant monster. And you know how villains are. It's like,
new place, new conquering.
Yeah. And then like the heroes, some are like, how do we get back to our world so we can leave this? Others are like, well, we got to stop all these motherfuckers over here that are trying to conquer this new world. And then, of course, the eternal villain, the government, is trying to fuck everything. So
now, did you ever feel, or I did, that when they made the comment that they put up the dome by a magical man with a popped collar, that I really did, like the whole time I'm sitting going, oh, it's going to be Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Then when they realize it's not Doctor Strange, I'm going to go, no shit, you dumbass.
Yeah,
like the whole time I'm just like, God dang, I
like
still believed it was going to be Doctor Strange.
Dr. Black with a Q.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, I called myself Doctor Strange.
Yeah. But
and then they also do the thing where the girl draws a character with an S on his chest. Turns out it was Madman. She just had the lightning strike backwards.
Right. Now, the whole, like, we put the dome up to protect ourselves. Part of me was expecting that when they entered the bubble, it wasn't going to be a utopia, but I thought it wasn't going to be a battleground. I thought the whole propaganda of the U.S. government was saying that they are so evil that they're always fighting each other, that all this is bad. But when they put the dome up, I thought it was going to be, when they went in, it was just going to be peaceful. Instead, the villains and heroes inside were still fighting each other 5 years later. But just, I thought it was going to be a U.S. government saying one thing, this is how it truly is on the inside, and they were going to want to move in instead of...
I mean, we also haven't, like, gotten to... I mean, we were only in there for, like, an issue.
Oh, shit, we were only in there for, like, 6 pages.
Yeah, so it's like, we don't have, like, a great look at it. And I'm sure the Walking Dead zombies aren't... I mean, those aren't going to be, like, reasonable people and stop. And
no,
like,
no.
How do we get back to our black and white universe?
Of course, I know, but it was just... I didn't think for 5 years it would just be perpetual war inside the dome.
Yeah, I guess so. Another thing, and this goes back to reading single issues versus collected versions. The last thing I remembered was, like the reveal page where that it was Hit Girl when they got like in there or whatever, from Kick-Ass.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if I just put my comic book down, I had to go do something else, and never picked it back up, or if they like split the pages up differently. But like I thought Hit Girl showing up was the end of one of the issues.
I think that was issue 5.
Was that that wasn't the end though?
No.
Yeah.
It was that was issue 5. Like that happened. Then they went back out into the street.
Yeah.
And shit hits the fan again.
Yeah. And
the little girl has these immense powers.
Yeah. But like I thought, like Hit Girl showed up, and in my memory, the comic book was over. I sat down and I just never read issue 6. Here we get the surprise ending that Ellie is a dadgum character.
A character? Oh,
yeah, she's a comic book character.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, that was after. It was Kick-Ass, and then the little girl reveals she's got powers.
Which they tease that all the way, though.
I know, but then it kills Otto.
Yeah.
Ellie lets the girl go back. Then these two super heroes come through.
Yeah.
Then that's when the guy gets
crushed by a building or whatever.
Yeah, Otto gets crushed. Then they get out. Then we get the reveal at the end of 6.
Yeah, she's the character. Which like I was.
So there was a whole. There was a lot of stuff happened between Kick-Ass and.
Oh well. Didn't seem like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I was just like so into it. It just seemed real short, but no. I was like, holy fuck! Like I just completely missed like all this other stuff happening, and but yeah, Ellie being a character, didn't see that coming.
That was a complete shock.
And then you forget her and Ryan are supposed to be like, it's a love story between them. Donny Cates says it at the beginning,
and I kind of enjoyed the third party narration. Even though I think it's Ellie narrating it. I don't know who's narrating it.
It's the writer. I assume it's the guy, the government guy. He said, I talked to this one dude. Everything he says happens comes true.
Oh, yeah,
I assume he's going to be like the Wizard of Oz.
Narrating it all.
That makes sense. It's going to be him writing it.
But I am enjoying that aspect. Kind of like in Saga, where we're telling you what's going to happen. You've just got to wait till we get there.
Now, also, like, did they I know at some point I've read at least one issue where like they start following other like comic book writers, like basically Donny Cates' friends, and it's like them trying to, like, because they teased it at the beginning where like writers are getting hunted down and killed.
Yeah, Vaughn's dead.
Yeah,
Snyder's dead. And I forgot the third one that they mentioned in that, but that was 3 of 12 that had died so far.
Yeah, and like I know there's one issue where you're following. It was written by the guy who is getting chased. And I guess Donny. Like we'll talk about later in the month, but we recorded these out of order. Donny Cates had so many books going on, and typically when people transition to creator own, they struggle a little bit getting their books out on time. And so I basically just stopped reading it for a while, but there was at least one issue where
it's got to be after issue 6 then, because
I don't know.
Well, I read today, I didn't read issue yesterday. Yeah, is that hasn't happened?
Oh well, there is at least one issue like written by somebody else that and he's basically writing about himself,
like his point of view running away.
Yeah, and cool. Like character he put himself into another book that he wrote. And so, character him was coming to find real world him.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then they were having to fight, like, character him, I think, was trying to save him. Huh. And so, like, they were having to fight off, like, other people trying to kill him.
Yeah, that hasn't happened in the first 6 yet. So, you must have read.
Well, then, like, how did I skip? Or I just
forgot
the
about
worst
it.
memory. Yeah. But I swear to, I bet you I put down issue 6 I don't know whenever Hit Girl happens.
Issue 6 is when she reveals she is the character.
Yeah, well, I must have like stopped reading.
Happened at near the end of 5.
I thought that happened in issue 6. I can be completely wrong though. But basically, I apparently set one down without reading it all the way, and
jumped into that one.
Yeah, so I don't know, but this is why you read collected issues.
Yeah,
the collected versions.
I've got the pull list of crossover coming out at my comic book store, and because there were gaps in production, I don't have issue 5. Physically, I don't have issue 5. Really? Or I can't find it. If it's here in my house, I can't find it.
Good luck trying to... I don't know why there isn't like a website completely dedicated.
Single issue, like hey,
no, like back issues, like
that's what I mean. It's like the singles that you just need to go pick up.
Like if we had the capital to start this, I would do it in a heartbeat. But it's like start a website literally called Back Issues, not Back Pages. We all know what that is.
Yeah.
But like Back Issues or something. Go to every comic book store, like around you, and just be like, hey, all these back issues. Like I know there's a lot of people that like back issues, and that's what they go dig through. But like, that's also just money that
it's just sitting there.
You're just sitting there that the comic store bought and hasn't just sitting on and didn't make back. Like, make a deal with a comic book store and be like, hey, everything past 2 to 3 years and not like golden era stuff.
Right.
I will take for like this much of a cut and like just build a inventory and then put it online and just like specialize in back single issues of comics. I don't understand why that's not a thing.
Like, if you went in to look, I remember in college when we either missed one or I wanted to go pick up a comic that, like, there was a lot of Star Wars 5-issue things happening when we were in college. And either I'd missed the first 2 or I'd need to go find it. And the 4 comic book stores we always went into never had them. They either sold them out, didn't buy enough, or didn't buy it to start with. And so I'm sitting there going, well, shit, I just need issue 1 or issue 2.
There was, I think for 7 Secrets, I was missing like issue 1 because I got it on like issue 3. I couldn't find an issue 1, and I went to midtowncomics.com, and you can search, and they do a pretty good job, but they're not like specific, like their whole website isn't about
you just happened to find it on there.
Yeah, and I had to order it, and it was more expensive than I would like, but it was an issue 1, so
yeah. But still, it's that has been a headache, and I know that hard copy comics are dying, but you still have the fans that won't.
Yeah.
Like, I have the Star Wars ones just because they're Star Wars, and to me, they're special, whether no one else gives a shit about them.
Yeah.
Like, because I want the hard copy of this because it's for me, not for money later or whatever. It's just, that's what I want.
Yeah.
But you can't ever find it because no one else gives a shit about it.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy reading on my iPad, but I've had that since I graduated college. Eventually, that'll get fucked up, and I'll have to go buy another one. Which I guess technically, if I buy it, it'll be on my Comixology account. But
yeah, I read
what
I've been getting Berserker
in this weird universe where Amazon might go out of business. What happens when Comixology folds?
Yeah, I know there's always an if they go away, but they won't go away anytime soon.
Yeah,
but yeah, I've got. Like, I've bought all the Berserkers as they've come out, and I've got crossovers as they've come out. And I sat there this week and actually read the physical copies again, and it felt good.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot how good it was to sit there and actually turn the page and feel it as it went through as reading it. Instead of just click, oh, I can't read that, tap in, get closer, all that shit. Like, I got to hold
binge
it
reading
again.
single issues is still fun, but like, when you're having to wait 6 months just to read one book, it's annoying. So,
well, no, of course, but it's a yin and yang.
Yeah.
It's always that toss up of, oh, I can get on my Kindle every week. I have I've got a pull list on Comixology alone that I get, they download, I read them, and I move on.
Yeah,
and it's there. It's easy. It's convenient and nice, but at the same time, you miss the hard sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm talking. You listen to audiobooks. I'm like, my bookshelf is like legit growing because I would live right by Barnes and Noble, and I just go in there and look at cool stuff.
Yeah.
I have a stack of like actual like novels, and it's getting almost as big as my comic book stack. So.
Yeah, if y'all could see,
I finally finished the first Harry Potter though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. I've got 5 of the 7 Harry Potters. I've got shit.
Oh, you got the hardbacks though.
You can see the stack of Star Wars I got here. That's just about half of them.
You need to get all the Game of Thrones.
I know that's my next. That's my next.
They have
now. I've also got sets. 2 of the
get the box set.
Aragon books. The Dragon.
That movie was okay.
Well, a buddy of mine at work had them and was cleaning out his office or cleaning out his place, and he had 2 of them. And the first book is a first edition hardback, and cool. So I was like, "Fuck yeah! I'll probably never read it." But
you know whose book I pre-ordered?
Who?
Tom Segura's. I'd Like to Play Alone, Please.
No, you did.
I did. I pre-ordered it. It comes out like in June.
Oh,
but it looks fun.
But yeah, the book collection's starting to become as crazy as the comic collection now.
Yeah. That week I had hopefully this doesn't get us canceled or put in jail on YouTube just because I say the word. I got the virus that's going around that everybody is up in arms about.
Woo.
I got it for a week and just like, not gonna lie, the days 2 and 3 were rough. But after that, I was reading 1 to 2 chapters a day, and then it was a Sunday before I had to go back to work, and I was I finished editing that week's episode, and then was I got 7 chapters left, and Harry Potter, you can fly through Harry Potter.
Oh yeah.
And I was just screw it, we're doing that, and so I finished all of the first Harry Potter book. And those fans are not wrong. The books are a million times more detailed.
I never realized how crazy.
I went back and rewatched the first movie, and I was just "That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong." They completely skipped that. That would seem kind of important.
There was
the only thing I wish because I had obviously seen all the movies. I wish I could go back and not know Snape was a good guy.
That was the biggest thing. When I was. Of course, like you said, I grew up watching the movies, but not grow up watching them, but I watched them as they came out and never went back and read the books till 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
And then I read the book, watched the movie,
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of pairing.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
And I sat there. I'm like, these movies kind of suck. Like I'm not like coming off of the book.
One, they're going beat by beat, but then it's also like they're missing beats.
Yeah, they just completely skip or leave out things
that seem kind of important.
Yeah. But I do wish I could have read the books like you said and not know Snape is going to turn good.
Yeah.
Because when you get to
because they write him as an asshole.
When you get to Half-Blood Prince, that's the one that you're gonna. I enjoy that one.
Really?
Yeah, because you sit there and you get Snape.
Mm-hmm.
You get a lot of Snape. You get a lot of him trying to turn good and bad, but you don't know. And it's so
I haven't
good.
decided what I'm reading next. I went and bought Chamber of Secrets, but I don't know if I'm gonna like jump into another book. But right now I'm leaning towards just hammering out all the Harry Potter books.
I'll tell you, it's going to take you a while.
Really?
The audio version of 4, 5, 6, and 7 are 19 to 24 hours.
I know that's where it starts to get thicker.
Oh yeah. I think on audiobook, Chamber of Secrets was 12 hours, maybe 14. It's shorter compared to. There's one book that's 24 hours on audio, and he doesn't stop talking. I mean, he is continuously.
Well, I'm just trying to do a thing now where at least like, because reading is supposed to be like good for you. I'm trying to read, at least one chapter of like a novel every day.
Yeah.
And so I mean like, and the first one's only 17 chapters. I'd have that done in 2 weeks. If I, did a couple extra at night, but I don't know. I am a little mad. My mom was one of the ones that didn't let you read Harry Potter because it had witchcraft and all that in it. So instead, she let me read a series of unfortunate events, which is about
which to me is more fucked up than Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, I was talking about one of our super Harry Potter friends, and he was like, "That's way darker than Harry Potter ever was."
Yeah,
and it's like 3 orphans who get chased by a murderer in a world where every adult is either a complete idiot or absolute evil. And
the kids are smart.
So don't let me fucking read Harry Potter because of witchcraft, but let me read this and just become like the ultimate pessimist and not trust anyone.
Did you ever have Lemony Snicket's Unfortunate Fit, the game on PS2?
No.
Dude, that was creepy.
Really?
They made the book. Like, it wasn't a horror game, but when you played events, like shit would just jump out. It was jump scares and shit. And like you just go in this black room and you'd be the baby. And she would sort of solve shit.
Yeah.
But like while you're in there, stuff would like she would start hallucinating and things would grab her. That's and weird. The game got freaking weird.
I did not even like that. Got so dark. I just like didn't even finish the series. I think I got to the second and last book. I was like, dude, I can't take this anymore. And then I got the last book, saw the cover where it was counted off dead on the beach, and I was like, all right, cool, he dies. That's all.
That's all I need.
I'm done. Like I can't take this anymore. But thanks, Mom, for not letting me read Harry Potter. I could have been a happy child.
And see, I didn't read Harry Potter because it was too long. I hated reading when I was in school.
Same.
And our librarian,
I hammered the shit out of them short ass Jenny B. Jones books.
No, I loved the Treehouse books. Those are my shit. And I was told, look, I read them just because I enjoyed them. Mm-hmm. But I was told when I was in 4th grade, oh, you're too old for those. You cannot read those anymore. I was like, this is the only thing I'm reading, and you're going to tell me to stop reading stuff. So I stopped reading. I stopped going to the library and doing the AR point bullshit.
People would read like grade appropriate books and like knock them out in 2 books. I would read how many points I got. All right, I'll hammer out 10 Jenny B. Jones books.
Yeah, and that's what I was doing. But our librarian was stuck on the idea that, oh, if this doesn't fit your 3rd grade reading level or your class, you can't read those. Yeah, you can't read these. Like, you've got to be reading.
Ours was the other one. It was like we couldn't go. Actually, they gave us a window. It was like whatever you tested at, you could go like 15 points this way, 15 points that way.
Yeah, we didn't even get into that. She would just be like, "Oh, you're too young for this. You can't read this." It's like,
because what was it? It was like 3rd grade level and then you had whatever decimal point was like. It was like 1 through 10.
Yeah,
and so you could go like 15.
It was like 3, like wasn't it like 3.1 or 3.5? Yeah. Okay,
and it went all the way up to 10. But the 3 stood for third grade.
Yeah,
and you could in our whatever teachers we had or policy at the elementary school I had, they allowed you to go for your points that you were required to do.
Yeah,
you could go 1.5 in either direction.
That makes sense. Where our librarian was just like, oh, you're in third grade, you should be reading third grade books.
Yeah, no.
Like the girl,
I didn't
like
enjoy...
there was 3 girls in our class that could read the Harry Potter books in a week.
Yeah,
I mean, like when it came out to be the big ones when we were in elementary school, and they were told they could no longer read those at school because they were too advanced for their grade. I mean, these girls, one of those girls, two of those 3 girls became our valedictorian and salutatorian. Yeah. So it's not like they were not smart. I mean, they were the smartest girls we had, and they were told, "Oh, you can't read these anymore."
That's dumb.
So I didn't like reading when I was a kid.
I didn't find a book other than like the Junie B. Jones, but eventually my level got too high for those. I couldn't get within the window. I didn't find another book I enjoyed at school until Holes. I read
Holes.
I read that in 5th grade. That was good.
Did you read that for AR points, or did you read that because that was required reading that year?
AR. 5th grade, I don't think there was required reading.
I had required reading all the way up to 7th grade.
Oh, we had it from like...
like the summer reading...
Oh, yeah, we had summer reading stuff, but like... the only like summer reading book I ever had was like... Tom Cruise was in a movie about it, but it was like the book where it was like a lawyer fresh out of law school, and basically the law firm was laundering money for the mob, but they hooked you in, like they basically made you financially dependent on them to where they wouldn't let you get it, like rat them out. And so the first thing they did out of law school, if you're like the top one, they would give you a BMW. They would give you more money than anybody else, and would immediately pay off all your student loans, and basically sunk you in to where you, even if you tried to talk, like they either killed you or like threatened your family and all that. But that was a good book. I forgot what it was called though.
But yeah, Holes. I loved Holes, Hatchet, Red Fern Grows. Yeah, that's really kind of all the books I remember I even liked when I was a kid. And hell, I'm more into books now than I was when I was in freaking school.
When you get to read the stuff you want,
yeah,
that's awesome. Don't make me fucking read Beowulf.
That was an awful... I did not enjoy that.
Well, it's like... And all the Shakespeare...
No, again, also, we were what, 11th grade, 10th, 11th grade when we got...
Yeah, and that was the least... told we had to do it.
Yeah, that was the last thing we wanted to read.
And it was just like, dude, I don't understand all this old... language. I think was Norse. I don't know, but...
I would imagine Beowulf was Viking Norse, and But see,
like,
I did enjoy the Shakespeare stuff. I love Julius Caesar and some of that stuff, but again...
Anytime they said, here's the actual book, here's the basically layman terms book, but you're going to have to read both. I was like,
Cliff Notes.
I ain't reading none of this shit.
Yeah. Somehow we got out of school.
Yeah.
I don't know how we succeed.
And we wonder why we struggled in college.
Yeah. And the whole time we were in school, we were told how smart we were.
Maybe you were.
Oh, yeah. I was.
Wait, high school or college?
High school.
Oh,
in high school I was like, but I didn't study. I didn't do shit.
Did you take AP class?
Yeah, but then when I took the AP tests, I didn't pass any of those.
See, I had an older sister who tried to be an AP kid, paid all that extra money to take tests that she automatically failed, and it lowered her GPA. And I was like, well, that's dumb. I'm just gonna go in regular classes then. Yeah. And I was also like, why am I gonna try to shorten my college experience?
Yeah, they put me in the advanced air quote classes, but.
I could have gotten.
I took the classes that were the AP classes, but I didn't take the test because like I'm gonna fail the test. I literally have to get like a 4 or a 5.
Yeah.
And I've already watched our 2 smartest girls barely get that.
Yeah.
I'm not going into there and paying that to fail like that. Like
no, I took regular classes. There was a couple times they were like, like certain subjects they were like, you could probably do advanced.
Yeah, there was always advanced English, math,
I want to say
Science.
Science. There was like one or two. They said you could take AP if you really want to, and I was like, no, I'm good. I could stay in regular classes where all I have to do is like barely pay attention and pass. I think I would do that.
Yeah. Just sit here and numb through.
And then my senior year, I got real bad senioritis.
Oh yeah.
And that just carried over to college.
Yeah. And then it just bled into 4 years of school, more school.
But that's time. I don't know if Donny Cates crossover is really fucking good. It's definitely check it out. I don't know how much we actually talked about it today, but this is our last one for the weekend, so we kind of zoned out. Really good. You should have read it if you were listening to this. Then next week we got Saga. Yeah, Saga's really fucking good. But yeah, other than that, we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.